The problem of evil is one of the most challenging questions facing religious belief. It asks, how can we believe in a good and all-powerful God when there is so much suffering in the world? This question has led to two main philosophical arguments against God's existence. The first argument, called the logical problem of evil, claims that God and evil cannot logically exist together. The reasoning goes, if God is all-powerful and perfectly good, he would both want to and be able to eliminate all evil. Since evil exists, such a God cannot exist. However, most philosophers today, including atheists, reject this argument. If God might have good reasons for allowing some evil, then there's no logical contradiction between God's existence and evil's existence. The second and more significant argument is the evidential problem of evil. This argument acknowledges that God and evil can logically coexist, but claims that the amount and types of evil we see make God's existence unlikely. While God might have reasons for allowing evil, some suffering seems so horrible that it's hard to imagine any good reason for it. Therefore, the argument goes, God probably doesn't exist. However, this argument has two significant weaknesses. First, we can actually identify possible reasons for many evils we observe. For instance, human free will and a predictable universe with constant natural laws, both necessary for meaningful human interaction, inevitably allow for certain types of suffering. Second, and more importantly, we shouldn't expect to understand all of God's reasons. If God exists as an all-knowing, all-powerful being, it's reasonable that some of his reasons would be beyond our comprehension. Just as a 5-year-old cannot understand many of their parents' decisions, we cannot expect to grasp all of God's purposes. Our inability to understand why God allows certain evils doesn't mean he lacks good reasons. The Bible illustrates this through stories like Lazarus' death. His community saw his death as senseless tragedy, but it ultimately served a greater purpose they couldn't initially understand. This pattern suggests we should be humble about claiming to know what reasons God might or might not have for allowing suffering.